everyone, we are back for our next episode. We just left in the midst of a battle, but Wayward Gamers, welcome to the Important for the Wayward Gamer.
Glastoc want to kick some ass. Let's go.
I am Jay, also known as NeoFed3 in the socials. We're going to skip introductions today because everyone just wants to get
Jim,
right
that's
back.
Terry, that's Jeff, you're Jay. Let's go.
We're good.
All right, top of the order, battle we just picked up. We're picking up right where we left off. Aviro starts off the initiative. What would you were going to do? You have a blinded hobgoblin in front of you in armor with this big M on his blue M on his armor. There's a mage sitting upside. You're hiding behind it. There's some cultists. There's a big badass Air Genasti, Protector of the Divine, that just raked Brynn. And then Glastoc, you got suggested and walked off the platform, took some damage, and then recovered so you didn't turn into a purple sheet. So, there's your recap, everyone. Aviro, what are you going to do?
Oh, man. Aviro is going to use Sleep. He's going to cast Sleep. Where is it? There it is. I'm going to cast Sleep, so which is, 5d8 because it's a first level spell, and he's going to cast it. Where is my... It's going to cast it right here. I'm going to cast it right behind these two.
And how does your sleep look?
So it is mathematical formula which drifts across.
Bores them to death.
Yeah. And then bursts into particles, which then filter around them, and they get drowsy and fall asleep.
So as the burst goes, the mage hand goes up again.
Oh, man.
And red flames start coming around his hand. And as they burst and start to dissipate, they start burning up before they get to the players as counterspell is casted. And all these
that's rather annoying.
Get him to burn those spell slots. It's good.
Yep.
Yes, he is. He is burning those spell slots. Yes. So he used his reaction. So yeah, there you go. Anything else, Jeff? Or I'm saying Aviro?
No, that's it.
All right. Brynn, you are on the ground after just getting kicked off. You're waking up as your muscles are awakened from the stun.
So Brynn would like stand up, gather up her sword, and go over to this bitch. So I'm gonna squeeze in here. Oh, we've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. And then I
right there
would like to yep, perfect, ideal.
Brynn would like to rage.
I would like to rage. I wish. I actually wanted to just try to hit her. I'm just gonna try to hit her.
Yep. Now you do have advantage because you have someone in combat with you.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, and so sneak attack would be
nice. So that's 23 points to hit rather.
A 23?
Yes.
Let me look at
23 hit last time, you sneaky son of a gun.
It did hit last time. But there's some stuff that that potential. Okay, yeah, okay. A 23 will hit. Yep.
Okay, good. Thank you. Oh God. Alrighty. So that's 12 additional. 24 points of damage.
24 points of damage?
Brynn's pissed. Yes. 24.
Okay. She takes it. And she looks at you. And it is clear she's bloodied. And she just is looking at you. And just in pain. But yeah, you stab her. She's just like.
And just smaller than last time, but Brynn smiles again. Can't fucking defeat me. Can't defeat me.
And she goes. And her turn comes. And she's like, the divine shall be protected. And she comes in with a wallop. Brynn, first comes to you. 18.
God damn it. Yes. God.
For 8 points of bludgeoning damage
Ow.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Constitution or strength?
Constitution.
Okay.
14.
Okay. Suddenly she walloped you again, and
Ugh.
it was almost as if she hit a pressure point on you, like she did similar to what she did last time. But you, it with your moving, your armor lessened the stun. Like when you get hit in the solar plexus, and you just like your air just kind of comes out, but you've got a little bit extra protection from your armor that it just absorbed that. So you let out this gas, but you're not stunned.
Okay.
Glastoc.
Mm-hmm.
She comes and tries to get you, but fails miserably.
Smashes into my shield.
Yeah, pretty much smashes into your shield. Oh. Yeah, Glastoc. She's gonna come to you for another one.
Go for it.
Does 17 doesn't hit, does it?
17 does not hit.
Okay, yep. So yeah, she's trying to deal with
shield
this.
again.
She hits that shield. Yeah, she hits that shield, and she's just like, she can't break it offhand yet. So that's what she does. The Acolyte, Aviro. Guess what?
Aviro.
What?
There's an Acolyte runs up to you. 21.
Shield.
Math
Cast
shield.
shield.
You cast shield? Okay.
Yep. You don't hit me.
All right. All right. That works. Glastoc.
Yes.
Your turn.
All right. Bonus action, Green Flame Blade.
Okay.
And I'm attacking the cultist looking guy.
Okay. Attack the cultist.
Dirty 20.
That hits.
Okay. See, there's a reason why I did it this way.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Got it.
1 point of fire damage.
Okay.
But she takes 10 points of fire damage.
Oh,
wow.
10 points?
Yep.
Is there a saving throw or anything on that?
Nope.
And as the fire erupts in this green flame on her, she stumbles back against the wall. And this she's like burning. She's like, no! And falls to the knees to the ground. As she's just sitting on the ground, and then with her last breath, looking at the sheep in like failure, and collapses.
Wow, Glastoc.
Yeah, because I knew she would be harder to hit, and the flame damage does more against the second person, so that's the reason why I did it that way.
Attaboy.
But now, if
Attaboy.
he's controlling this floating scimitar, he has to make two concentration saving throws because he took damage twice.
2 concentration saving throws?
Yeah, he has to take one because of the slash.
It breaks. Yeah.
Nice. Oh my god. Wow. Can't be beat.
Mm-hmm. All righty. Aviro, does a 15 hit you?
No.
Damn it. I roll. I'm seriously going to go to freaking real dice in a moment. Man.
You were pretty freaking happy with your D&D Beyond a couple of minutes ago, as I recall.
I wasn't I?
It's a new episode.
It's a new episode, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Glastoc, 16 spell.
Bounces off of my shield.
Your shield spell or your shield?
No, my actual shield. If you rolled a 16 to hit, my armor class is 18. So.
All right. So yeah, he cast a firebolt at you, and it bounces off your shield. Yeah, he's not happy with this. Okay.
Is the hobgoblin still sleeping? Hobgoblin's
Well, the
taking off?
hobgoblin's blind. He's still
blinded.
blind.
Blind. Okay,
Yeah.
that was it.
Who cast
Oh,
the
shoot.
spell at me?
The mage. The mage behind you
Oh.
casts the spell.
Oh, the one up on the
Up
yeah,
on the
okay.
top. All right. So this is gone because you got rid of his spell. So what else do I want to cast? Oh, it's a touch spell. Dang it. And touch is still on the armor class. Dang it, and you've got a high armor class. Crap.
I mean,
You know what? He's going to try it anyways.
Go for it.
He's going to try it.
nerd.
13.
Misses.
Aha.
Touches my shield.
Misses both. All right, yep. Aviro,
Yes.
got it's your turn. You got an acolyte
Yeah.
in front of you, and the hobgoblin actually couldn't make an attack with the hobgoblin. I made a mistake. Oh, I made a
you're
mistake. I made a mistake.
Oh,
Okay.
did the hobgoblin try attacking Aviro?
I forgot the hobgoblin was trying to attack. The hobgoblin was just walking blind. So yeah, he didn't hit anyway, so it doesn't matter. So Aviro.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, my plan got ruined once you moved somebody, and now I'm really struggling to figure out how to move.
Because he's blindingly walking,
Yeah. Yeah.
Go up and take care of that mage, bro.
Yeah. One
Enough.
problem is that I'm out of spell slots. So that doesn't help. So it's down to cantrips.
I see.
Can I hold my action till, let's see, after Glastoc, but before the hobgoblin?
Yes. Do you have a specific you're going to move your initiative down, or are you going
Yes.
to react?
I'm moving my initiative down
Okay.
to buy me time to think about what to do here now that my plan is foiled.
Okay. All right.
to keep things moving, I will delay my
Sure.
action
Okay.
until
Well,
right
that's not
after.
a bad strategic
That's
idea either.
not at
No.
all.
That's
So you're going to move down to 12, so same time as Glastoc. So right after him. Brynn, what are you going to do then?
okay. Is this so she dead?
She
Is
did.
this square
She's-
kind of unoccupied now?
Yes. You stepping
Okay.
on top of her. Mhm.
Yeah. I want to move there and I want to try to attack him.
Okay.
And because he's engaged, do I get advantage?
Yes.
Okay. That is a 27 to hit him.
Yes, that will hit him.
Great. Get my sneak attack also.
Mm-hmm.
20. 23 points of damage on Mr. Magic Boy.
You said 23?
23 points of damage on Mr. Magic Boy.
So it appears is what you just needed or just after he needed. Considering the amount of damage he received earlier. So as you stab him, he just collapses with that final breath, looking at
Could
the
I have-
mage. Yes.
Can I will ask permission. Feel free to say no. I want to slash him, and can he fall backwards into the pool like Tony Montana?
Oh,
Sure.
Yes.
Sure, he falls back into the
Yes.
pool. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
awesome.
Great.
Which brings us to the divine protector's not there anymore. Which brings us to the cultist on Aviro. Aviro, slashing power comes to you as the scimitar is raised and attacks you with an 8.
It misses.
Hear me, Jay.
Glastoc, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Green flame blade.
Green blade blade.
Okay.
And attack the guy. Ooh, 13.
Ooh, a 13 does not hit him.
All right. Well, at least it gives him another target instead of the
Mhm.
hero. So
Yep.
okay.
Which brings us to Aviro. Or any bonus
Oh.
actions, sorry.
Yeah, bonus action. I'm going to burn some of my sorcery points
Mm-hmm.
and get a spell slot back as a bonus action.
Okay. All right. Aviro, you hear sheep coming towards the door a little bit, going kind of looking in to see what's going on. But yeah, Aviro, your turn.
Can I use my hat to try and attempt to cast Gust?
Okay. What would you like to
I'm
cast
going
Gust
to use
on?
my hat. I'm going to. Well, first I got to see if I can do it. Where is my hat thing? It is.
It's this
It's an Arcana. Okay, it's an Arcana. So first I have to make an Arcana DC 10.
Yep.
So I made it.
And then is it a first level?
Now
It's a cantrip.
It's cantrip.
Okay.
It's cantrip. And Gust is 1 medium or smaller creature that you choose must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 5 feet away from you. And I would like him to be pushed to here. Here to this square. So away from me.
So strength check, you said?
Yep, strength. And then so essentially going that way 5 feet so that he ends up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Which this
Essentially
person
here.
right here? Okay,
Yep.
the acolyte. Okay, got it.
So he ends up here.
All right. 7. So he gets pushed back. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Great.
Perfect.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right. The hobgoblin's still wandering and just sticks his back to the wall, and he's just like, in frustration of stuff. At which point the mage finally looks and goes, "Get embarrassment," and waves his hand, and his hand turns reddish crimson fire around. And then you see around the nose and eyes of the hobgoblin dissipate as a flame just like burns away the light that's sitting on his face. So yeah. Which will bring us back to Brynn.
Okay.
Top of the round.
Okay. So I've seen this shit happen, and I have measured it. I can get up here. I want to try to hit the hobgoblin.
Or the mage?
Not the mage. Yeah, rather. Yeah.
Go for it.
All right, here I go. That's not probably going to hit him. That's a 14.
No, 14 does not hit him. He seems to have a magical barrier around his skin as if mage armor is up, and he just kind of tinked off of that.
Okay. Well, that's my turn then. Hopefully, maybe I can provide a distraction.
Yes, that's very, very possible. Which brings us to martial artist is
Up
dead.
here with
the acolyte. Acolyte is going to attack. Oh, why? He's going to attack Glastoc because, he's going to miss anyways. So why not?
It's a very glass half empty attitude, Jay. You don't know that.
Because I rolled a nat
I don't want to
1.
root for you. Oh, yeah. Well, never mind. That did suck.
Yeah, it did. It did. So yeah, he's there. Which brings us to Glastoc.
Grateful and Babe.
Okay.
And I swing at cultist and 18.
That will hit.
All right. It takes 12 points of slashing damage.
All right. He enjoys the damage as he's hard in pleasure with it, and he's still up.
And he takes 8 points of fire damage.
And as he enjoys this pleasure of you, suddenly the envelop of the flames, suddenly he turns like, no! And just is burning more pain than he could actually take and falls down dead.
Okay. And since I haven't used my movement yet.
Nice.
1, 2.
Nice.
They can get to Hirish.
Aviro, what would you like to do?
Run, Aviro.
Viro's gonna try and use his hat again.
Oh my god!
Kind of trick.
What a brave
Nat
guy.
20. Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. So he gets to use his hat, and he's gonna try and cast Mold Earth underneath the mage.
Oh,
So just trying to turn it into difficult terrain.
okay.
Nice.
So it's suddenly difficult terrain around where he's at.
Yeah, in his 5-foot section.
Got it.
Yep, and it's
Okay.
instantaneous, and it just happens, and it's good for a minute, I think. Yeah, a minute.
Okay. All right.
That's what I do.
Damn it.
Is it a 23 for a nat 20?
Yup.
18 actually. Damage with the creature once per round. Oh shit. I should have used it last time, but no. So only 18 points of damage as he comes down and just slashes right into you.
Only 18 points of damage? I
Only
only
18.
had 7. I only had
Oh
7.
shit!
So Aviro goes down.
Aviro
Yeah.
goes down.
All right, Aviro goes down. All right. The mage Misty steps down here. 30 feet.
Okay. Okay.
Down there.
Mm-hmm.
As a bonus action. Misty steps. And he's like,
I know self-defense
infidels.
locks.
This is not over. There's 2 things he can do right now. There are 2 things he can do right now. And I am debating on which one to do.
Flip a coin. Flip a coin.
I'm going to roll in roll 20. I'm going to roll d20. 1 through 10, he casts Fireball. 11 through 20, he casts Greater Invisibility and retreats. And so roll 20 will decide what happens in a moment. And I rolled a nat 1.
Oh god. Where does he cast it?
The problem is he's going to be in the blast radius if he tries
no,
getting
because
any
it's
of us.
30 feet above him.
Oh, that's right.
So,
Wait, but it has to be a spot he can see.
Ceiling.
So if he,
He's gonna
okay,
go
so how
ceiling.
tall is
He's
the
gonna
ceiling?
fucking rocks fall, everybody dies.
Or he puts it into a space so that it's gonna hit 20. It's gonna hit the 20 feet. So there's gonna be 10
you can,
feet
like,
below.
send it up and then it goes.
Yep.
Oh,
And
okay.
then so he can definitely, he's gonna throw it. It's going to engulf both you two, but it's not going to engulf him.
But will it engulf the big diamond shiny thing?
Yeah, it'll engulf the big diamond shiny thing. Yeah, definitely.
So he just fireballed his own shiny diamond.
Pretty much.
Thing.
Yep. So
At least there's that. We can all take comfort in that.
Silver lining.
So DC 14 dexterity saving throw, please.
Both of us?
Yes.
Yeah.
But Brynn, I believe, do you get advantage or you
And
get...
I rolled a nat 1.
Oh.
During your turn,
Mark
uncanny dodge.
it down.
When an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to have the attack's damage.
Yeah, but that's a melee attack. At the level 6, it's level 6 when you get the ability to avoid spells.
Okay.
Okay.
We're
She
not
is
there.
Isn't she level 6?
No, we're still level 5.
I
Oh.
also got a nat 1.
What? Okay, just for everyone's record, we have rolled more nat 1s and nat 20s in this battle than we have in a very long time.
Yep.
You both take 25 points of fire damage.
Oh,
I'm down.
dead.
Are you dead or down?
What's the like? What? How does that work?
I'm dead.
I'm -1.
Now, how are you? How many points did you? What's your maximum hit points?
Me?
Yeah.
Well,
My max HP is 32.
Okay, so you're not dead.
I'm
No,
negative
you're-
14.
Okay, so you're just going into death saves.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're both going into death saves.
Yeah.
I might
which-
be as well. I'm not. I guess I'm
Yeah,
not familiar with how
we're all-
the death thing
You're
works.
you're all going. You're all going to potentially be going into death saves in a moment. We're going to do one round of death saves. But it's not the end of the world yet.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. You bitch. I mean that in the kindest possible way. Oh my god.
Brynn, I need you to roll me a death save, please.
I don't want to.
I know you don't want to.
Oh my god.
What a season finale,
five.
folks!
5.
5? Okay, so you have one. You failed one of your death saves.
Oh.
Glastoc, I need you to make a death save, please.
All right. Let's see. See if
So
there's a way
bad.
to do
This
this
is so
automatically.
bad.
No. Okay. So D20. 1. That counts as 2 failures.
You rolled a nat 1?
Oof.
Oh.
Thanks for coming to our series finale, folks.
Yep. Not season finale.
Series finale.
Aviro, please roll me a death save.
So that the only way to do that is just roll a d20. There's no thing on.
Yeah, it's just a d20. If you're above a 10, you save. If you're below a 10, you fail. But if you go to your character sheet if you're using D&D Beyond, you can go to your character sheet.
But I
click
rolled
on
a
that, or
13.
just 13. You
Yeah,
made your death save, so you
That's a
you
first
succeed.
success.
That's what your first success. All right. This is what happens as the sheep get in. A mob of individuals run in, including Carl.
We said it so.
Yes, you did. A halfling runs in. Mage. Yeah, the town guard run in.
Oh my god, he's hot. Look at that profile. Look at that chiseled jaw.
For those of you that can't see it, he kind
He
of
has a
looks
chiseled
like
jaw.
A female cleric runs in as
Also
well.
hot, for those who can't see. Everybody's hot here. Some of us, literally. As Brynn's clothes and Glastoc's armor
Cinder.
freaking smolder.
Yeah.
So
Singed.
suddenly this environment of spells being casted and the hobgoblin being attacked as several people start coming in, and I want to do a quick roll. The hobgoblin's being defended. He backs up. So now we're gonna go back. Brynn, I need you to make another death save, please.
Oh my god. That's an 11.
You made your first save.
That's a failure. That's a success.
I got one
That's
success.
a success. That's a success. Yes. Glastoc, I need you to make your death save.
Oh, come on.
You had 2.
15.
You made it.
Nice.
Oh.
Aviro, I need you to make a death save.
10.
You made it.
Yes,
That's your second success.
Mm-hmm.
During this time, though, Aviro,
a hot elf runs up to you and be like, live.
actually,
Where?
you are healed 5 points of healing, and you come back to consciousness.
Awesome.
as another one runs in the room as well, as like 2 or 3 more individuals start running into the room. The mage looks over at this point and basically teleports away.
Of course he does.
The hobgoblin will get attacked and overwhelmed and killed. The rest of you will be healed and brought back as the town's guard, militia, Carl, all come in and just start taking care of stuff. And you wake up to clerics healing your wounds. And like, are you all right? Are they back? Are they alive? Did you get? Yeah, they're coming. Yeah. Oh yes, they're coming. And just conversations of like what's going on.
Brynn sits up like as soon as she's able, and she's still not quite like all there. And she's like looking desperately for Glastoc and Aviro to see if they're okay.
Aviro's just sitting with his back to that wall. He's just kind of sitting with his head down. He's got 5 hit points. He's not doing well, but he's at least conscious.
All of you have
barely.
I'm going to say all of you have gotten back about 10 hit points. So all of you are back to 10 hit points over the course of healing and stuff like that. So you're back. You're awake.
Still at -4.
No, you're at positive.
You're
you automatically become positive.
They really work you there for.
Gotcha.
Okay. And
they're paid by the hit point.
Yeah, they're paid by. So they're all like going, and and Carl's like, oh, luckily we got you. Watch, you're back with us. It was a touch and go there for a moment. Oh, glad we got your message. Thank you for bringing my son back to me. We'll discuss more about this when we get back to the goat. But what is going on here? We've got people attending to the sheep.
Do we have to? I forgot. What's our goal? Is it to kill the sheep or to save the sheep?
Save the sheep.
Save the sheep. I don't remember. I didn't remember.
Find Aviro, save the sheep. Save
the world.
Save the world. Yeah.
What about the Dorito?
The Dorito
is
just
the diamond.
It's cracked, and the magic has kind of gone out of it quite a bit because it took a whole bunch of damage and stuff like that.
Took some damage.
Which, over the course of the next 20 minutes or so, they're looking at this large sheep and they're asking Aviro, what should we do with this?
Aviro completely waves them off and completely ignores them and spends 10 minutes ritually casting Identify on the Dorito. The diamond. They're asking him what to do, and he is completely shooing them away, and he's casting.
Basically, it was a magical. It was like a dimensional anchor, so it was would hold something in place. And with that, you do notice that the sheep is not as it's the confines that what seems to be confining the sheep doesn't seem to be confining it as much anymore. So it's got a little bit more freedom of movement, and it actually is bringing it actually grows from large to medium size again.
Oh, okay.
So it's as if it was like trying to resist, and the resistance isn't there, and in the course of everything after it's been releasing, it's very exhausted. The waters, as you noticing, and everyone's kind of noticing, that liquid that seems to be coming from it stops a little bit. It's not as often, and it's just kind of like seemingly just kind of a little more. The pool seems to be a little bit more not flowing, but just kind of still in a little bit. But the sheep seems to be very, very exhausted and just it's not moving still, but it's just definitely it's in a better place than it was before. Over the course of time, what does everyone else want to be doing as they're kind of looking at this situation in this room?
Aviro tells.
Go ahead. No, you first.
Aviro tells the people asking him, "What are we supposed to do with all this?" And he says, "I don't know. Ask Glastoc." And he's casting a spell.
Is there like on this platform, this raised area, is there like a wall or is it just like a ledge?
It's just a ledge, and it's kind of flats like this down, and then where the walking is.
Brynn is just sort of sitting on the edge with her legs hanging over the side, just kind of watching all of the activity.
And Brynn, as the water stills, and from that angle, you can tell that the sheep is actually there's like it's clamped into the fountain.
Okay. So like it's like when you say clamped in, what do
It's
you mean?
resistant. It's got like shackles or something in the base of the
Oh.
fountain, so it can't get out.
Okay. So I guess Brynn would make her way down there and then tell one of the more powerful looking people that that it's attached. And
Actually, let
be
me get
careful not to touch the water.
let me back
Brynn
up for a
walks up to
second.
Brynn walks up to the guy with the chisel. Hey, cutie, can you?
Stop.
There is actually a lever. There's like what you appear to be a lever on the platform
Oh.
that you're sitting next to that you
Oh,
could potentially
then.
could depress, and that might release that.
I go ahead and do that.
And when you do that, it kind of suddenly you hear this crick, 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 and the sheep suddenly is not immobiled anymore, and is kind of moving a little bit around in this area, in the water and stuff like that. And the chiseled sheep guy,
Little chin guy.
he's like, excellent, good find there.
And any other time, Brynn would take up this opportunity to talk to this hot guy, and but right now she is just kind of like lost in thought and just sort of nods and continues to just dangle her feet over the side and kind of watch the activity as it unfolds.
And Carl goes up to Glastoc and he's like, and just has conversations with him like, we got your message, thank you so much. You know, you've become legends in our minds, and we're like, we appreciate everything you've done. You know, free room and board is definitely. We'll discuss the details. You have for life. You can stay at the inn as long as you would like. You've saved the town. You've saved us. We appreciate you for your efforts.
Unless he comes back.
Huh?
Mm.
Over the course of the next, like I said, Glastoc is talking, Brynn's kind of there, Aviro's, and things start settling down, and the sheep is starting to move around a little bit in the water, and then looks at you, Glastoc. Just stops and looks at you. Ah! And then goes over and turns to Brynn and looks at you, Brynn. Ah! And then looks at Aviro, who's not looking at him, and he goes, ah! Ah!
To get his attention.
Yeah. Ah!
Look at me.
Look at me.
Look at me.
And about this time, Aviro, you finished examining this. So it's about that time. And what would you three like to do?
Go get a drink.
I would like to go over to Glastoc and kind of ask him, like, well, what are we gonna do? We're supposed to save the sheep, but we can't let it, like, out.
At this point, somebody else has to take care of it. You know, we've broken up the cult. You know, we need to recuperate at this point, and we still have to find Rocky.
Ah! Ma!
I kind of like look over. Is the sheep out of the water? I
No,
don't
it's
wanna
still
touch
in the
water.
water, but it's moved towards the edge and stuff like that as it looking at you.
Wait,
Ah!
I would like to kind of like, it's not wearing a collar or anything, but I
No.
kind of want to like grab it by its like wool and like pull it out of the water.
And it resists a little bit and shakes his head. Like, no, that's not what he wants. Ah!
That is what he wants.
And he looks at you and sternly looks in your eyes. And you hear a voice
What's
in
the
your
vibe?
head.
With a purpose.
I hear a voice in my head.
You hear a voice in your head. Thank you.
Well, okay. What do you want?
You have feed me. We shall meet again. Legends. And then steps back into the middle of the pool. And then this is what grabs your attention, Aviro. A light, purple light starts emanating around where the shape of the outline of the sheep. So the sheep itself is like, it's instead of wool, it turns into a purple light. And the shape of the sheep suddenly turns into a humanoid form of just pure light. And then from there, the hand reaches out and it just kind of a wave. And everyone in the room is just like, what is going on? And it's not a bright light like emanating. It's just this light around as if this entity being is made of light. And it turns
Can I make
away.
an Arcana check?
You can. And it turns away from purplish and goes to more bronze color in a way. A 5?
1, 5, 15.
This is something else. This is some energy deity, something, or some sort of. And Aviro, you get a glimpse of a dragon of unusual cosmic color.
Huh.
And in this, like a star almost. And it's like it comes back and then it just levitates out of the water about 5-10 feet as everyone's kind of looking. And then it just and flies straight up through the stone and out of the room.
Cool. Brynn would
That's
watch
when
this.
Glastoc walks up to Brynn while they're both watching it up, and he's got a bottle in his hand, and he's kind of like punching it into.
I take it immediately and I take a drink. Absolutely, like, thank you. And then I hand it back.
So, and all of them are just like, don't know what that was, but that, wow.
Is there a mage of any kind amongst these individuals that have come
the little
down?
halfling.
The little halfling, kind of a
halfling.
sorcerer.
Oh, yeah.
Little sorcerer.
So Aviro's talking to the halfling.
Yeah, she's just kind of
about
like the magic.
What he saw.
And then what he, like, what did you see? The mage and, excuse me, getting rid. They're thanking you for disrupting the cult. And the thing that you will, in the course of the next hour, as you leave, there's different people and your services will probably be needed to take maybe some of the monsters. Most of the monsters have been taken out, but all the sheep start being changed back. 90% of them are townspeople and adventurers and things of that nature. The other ones that were a demon, an axebeak creature, like over the course of just different guard or different entities, some were cultists as well that were turned into these sheep, that was converted back and captured or killed based off of everything of all the individuals that were coming. The thing that you will notice in the examination, it was very clear that the polymorph liquid is in this pool and it now is dissipated, and that rock that outside the other room, this liquid was being poured into it and it was being consistently. So once this room and the entity left, the other room with the water running down the brick also dissipated. So it's just becoming inert. And the liquid in the fountain became inert as well. And it was very, very evident that this entity or this sheep was being drained of life force or blood or something and mixed in with some other things, and it was being anchored here, and that was being subsequently tainted with additional magic to make it a polymorph. So it was literally polymorphing anything that drank the liquid into a purple sheep, because that's what its current form was.
Holy crap.
Wow.
And that these cultists figured this out, and that's where they were starting to get the influence and doing this. And it was very evident that it was a demonic cult using the purple sheep as a front.
Mhm.
Jay, what deity is the cleric worship that came down?
We're going to say Mistra.
Okay.
And when she tells you her name, you realize on the placard of the Temple of Mistra with the big rounded temple, like pyramid, founding member of the Church of Mistra. And
Awesome.
she was one of the head priests in the city of Saltmarsh.
Cool. Aviro just smiles, and then little thank you prayer to Mistra. Thanks.
And as
Thank you.
And like I said, over the course of the next few hours, you get all the members back. You're getting back to, clearing it out. The militia's kind of coming in to figure out what to do, and the town council is going to be needing to be spoken to and figuring out what to do. Praises come to you about disbanding the cult of the purple sheep, the church of the cult of the purple sheep. That there are still some remnants of individuals out there, but they should be long gone. And that you've done a heroic and wonderful tribute to the town of Saltmarsh, and they are overjoyed. Knowing that you're tired, exhausted, bloodied, out of spells, wanting
Hungry.
to drink,
Thirsty.
Thirsty. I was just gonna
Carl
say.
and them bring you back to the Wickered Goat. And they're like food, and it's a great night of celebration.
I would say throughout this celebration, Brynn is like pretty visibly like trying to like take part and trying to like she's being polite to anybody that comes up and like thanks them for but she's just sort of like she seems distant, even as she kind of drinks and does her best with the merriment.
Mm-hmm.
I think Aviro tried to beg off and stay in his room, but like Brynn and Glastoc made him
Yes.
come to this thing.
Be polite.
Yes.
There's tea for you.
We're not doing this alone.
Yeah.
He orders tea with a shot of whiskey in it.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Look
He
at
orders tea
you,
with a shot of
big
whiskey in
guy.
it.
It is a great night of
It's
celebration.
medicinal.
Orno, Carl's wife, comes out and personally thanks each of you. And that calming relief of that just calming emotion of just, and the appreciation, she hugs all of you individually. And you resist it, but you are overwhelmed by this just pureness. And like you feel compelled to accept it. Unless you truly resist it. But it has come from a pure heart as she envelops you, and you feel warmth and get like 2 points of healing from it too.
Ooh.
Totally normal hug.
Yeah, just and like I said, and over the course of the evenings, Carl's like, we meet in the morning. Rest. I know you're exhausted. Your names have become legends in this town, and we will make sure to remember it always. And we will talk tomorrow, and the council will probably need to talk to you about this as well, and want to hear your story about it all. But tell us, and they're gonna ask you what happened. So, which is one of the questions: what do you share with the adventure in the church?
Everything. Aviro cannot stop talking to anyone who asks.
Okay.
He tells everything.
Yeah.
Brynn can't think of anything in particular that she wants to hide, so she just kind of lets Aviro go.
And the despise of what the the church was doing to people and the tortures, and it's very remnant that this is the seed that the entire town will hate the church or cult of the Purple Sheep. Anything that about the Purple Sheep they will actively despise, because all of this knowledge of what they did is just wrong.
Every time someone says that, though, Aviro has to point out that it wasn't the cult of the Purple Sheep. It was actually the cult of Grazist masquerading as the cult of the Purple Sheep, and therefore you should not take your anger out. And he will tell that to every single person who is
and
angry
it's the
about
church.
the cult of the Purple Sheep.
Church, yeah. It's the church, the religion.
He will say it is not them. Do not take this out of the Purple Sheep. It is the demon Hamna
And some people will excite by that, and some people are okay with that, and some people are not. They will over time. It will just be, but there's certain individuals that will actually be accepting of that, which that may have just altered an interesting aspect of
the future
in a way that actually is why some of the cult and the cells of the cult of the Purple Sheep actually are still in existence in the future.
Oh, because you went soft on him.
Yes,
Great.
he did.
Good job. So glad you're
and hence
tolerant.
that one particular comment may have softened, that allowed Tib to join the secret cell.
Wow.
They weren't rooted out completely.
They were not.
Over the course of the evening, you relax back to your rooms. Carl's ecstatic to have his family back together. He definitely wants you there in the morning and for breakfast. And he will not take no for an answer. He's like, come down for breakfast. We will have a fine feast. You must come. The council will want to talk to you later on, but there isn't. You will be down here at this time, at date. And it's a little bit later than daybreak to give you a little bit of sleeping time. But he's like, it is. And the evening happens. Is there anything?
Aviro sleeps for 8 hours. He doesn't do his 4-hour meditation thing.
He goes out before like when we go to turn in, Jay. Before we actually turn it. So I was going to ask a question. So so this version of the wicker goat, it still has the second floor, right?
Yeah, it does have the second floor, but it's smaller. It's not as big.
Right. So can Glastoc access the ceiling? I mean, the roof, like go through the window like we had.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's going to take the pack.
Yep.
And go up on the roof and open it and just sit there for a little while, kind of contemplating, hoping with the way everything's turned out that just like all of a sudden Rocky's going to show up.
You try to open the door to the pack. You can say the magical words, but the door doesn't open. It's locked from the inside.
Yeah. So, and he'll just sit up there for a little bit,
Okay.
Yeah.
What a great scene.
And then, just after, a couple of hours or whatever, he's just gonna, pick it up and then go back to his room. So,
while Brynn is getting ready for bed, she's just kind of like, she's just very like sore and exhausted, and she like
burned,
literally scorched in places, exactly. And so she's like getting undressed, and she catches a glimpse of herself in the mirror, and she sees this like a slash mark that she got when she was off on a mission with Tib. Way back in the day. And it just kind of makes her think again of something that she's kind of been thinking about all night, which is the fact that Glastoc is really in favor of not going back to our own time, and that she's worried that, again, she just is thinking about what that would mean, what she would lose, and Tib in particular would be out of reach. That is the path we decide to go, but she doesn't know that whether or not she's brave enough to make a choice on her own and go away from Glastoc and Aviro. And so she just kind of thinking about this and then kind of taking inventory of her
And
body, and just it's brutal.
Brynn, give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
12.
Okay. Yeah, you're taking stock of your body and just that exhaustion and the burn marks, and you're just kind of like, okay, they're not going to be permanent or anything like that.
Right.
You're exhausted,
Yep.
but you're good.
Eventually she goes to sleep.
Okay. This evening, while you're sleeping, a few things happen that are a little unusual. As you're sleeping, each of
Because the rest of the day was just so normal.
Right.
To be
Typical 9 to
okay,
5.
I would like to point out that boss battle was probably one of the worst and best ever. The fact that all three of you went down is one of the first times ever. The amount of natural 1s and 20s rolled in one fight outweighs anything we have ever had before.
Literally. That was like coup de grace.
Yeah,
like,
that was just, oh my God, that was
wham, 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 wham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that being said, as you rest down, your dreams and sleep, kind of the exhaustion of the day. Each of you, something comes to you. There's two things that happen that each of you experience. One is that while you're sleeping, all three of you, at a certain point during the evening, feel like your body is fading, as if your legs and your body and hands become transparent, and all your bodies become transparent and then solidify again, as if you're fading. And then memories of, it's almost you're dreaming, and some of your memories are changing, and some of the stuff is weird. Your thoughts of stone statues fading. When you first came to Saltmarsh and you came in, and conversations fading, and legends. Aviro, you get the almost things changing as you were reading and in depth the history of Saltmarsh, the words start to change slightly, as if things are rewriting themselves slightly. But you also, your body fades and then comes back. Glastoc, your body fades and then comes back to select, but your dreams also get into your uncle, and different conversations you felt like you had with your uncle are different than what they would have been, and things just they're not unsettling, but just something that you just feel slightly uneasy about, but they're okay. It's just it's more confusing than anything else. And then you just hear this whisper in all of your minds as you slept. And it's just this calm, it shall be fine. Trust. You shall be fine. And then you have the image of Rocky. And the voice was not Rocky that heard from you, but Rocky is no longer a fletchling. He is an adult, like a young adult dragon. And he also seems to be sleeping, as you dream that he's been sleeping. And something about him oddly fades and comes back too. And wakes up, and you're dreaming this as if you're watching him dream, watching him sleep. And he wakes up, confused and rattled, slightly angry, like what's happening to him. And then you hear a voice talk to him. And he looks over, and what you can see is a lizard folk talking to him about, Master, is everything all right? And he's just like, leave me. Something is gone. And he's definitely older and more intelligent. And then your dream, as this kind of comes, you also hear again that voice that you heard earlier. Patience. Accept. Things will work out. And as the course, then you back to normal dreaming and relaxing. And you will wake up in the morning refreshed. But you will have those memories in your when you wake up. As you smell the bacon and baked goods in the morning from the first floor breakfast.
Brynn is sorer now than when she went to bed.
Mhm.
As you know how it goes. Anybody who's ever worked out.
Yep.
And yeah, she would get dressed and head downstairs.
Yep.
Troubled by these dreams.
Aviro and Glastoc as well.
Same.
Yeah. The
Yep.
same. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
So as you come down the stairs and you get into the main kind of area, there is like the table is moved in the main, like moved around like one section and pulled it together. So there's like a special section that's now just been devoted. There's wonderful breakfast foods. There's 3 places, and then there's another place setting. And then the thing that you notice is that there's coffee, there's breakfast, but there's also, at each plate, there is a vial of red liquid at each location.
Oh. Awesome.
And as you come down, Carl's like, my friend, welcome, good morning, welcome, hello, did you sleep well? I hope you did.
Yes.
Oh, excellent.
Wonderful.
And you hear the daughters, Dad, just, I'm so happy. Yes, please. And he brings you both, sits you down to the thing, and is devoted most of his time to you. Of just, how are you doing, my friend? Thank you so much. Again. And he's just very, very happy. Like, more happy than usual. And his daughters are like occasionally like pulling him away because they recognize how he's like annoyingly happy.
I grab one of the girls and I just say, is this a healing potion?
But of course, it will restore everything.
I dump it into my drink, which I assume is mimosa.
Yes.
And I am just slowly enjoying this mimosa and my breakfast.
This is a superior healing potion. All your hit points are healed, and any wounds and things of that nature, like burn marks that you may have had, no scars, but you will be healed, except there will be 1 scar on you, Brynn, and 1 scar on Aviro from the 2 crits that you were given.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
they will be there.
Oh, yeah.
Which you can describe to me.
There's scars that just won't go away, Jay.
Yes.
So I think Brynn got hers.
I rolled a nat 1 on a death save.
Yes, that's very true. Yes.
Brynn got hers on a. Was it?
It was the
when
kick.
she got kicked in the freaking face.
Yeah.
So Brynn's is like, it's like through her like lip. It's like right here, and it like goes from like her lip is still split, and it doesn't look great, but that's where her scar is gonna be.
Okay.
Square in the freaking mouth.
Or like
Aviro's
or your nose is cocked, so it may not be a scar, but it might be just like.
Brynn has long since re-centered her nose. She did that before bed.
She's the female Owen Wilson.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, Aviro, you've got
Aviro took a great sword to the chest. Like his is like
you gotta slash.
Like a barbarian
on.
badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when your
If
shirt
he's
is
showing-
off.
I was just gonna say, do you wear like a robe, Aviro?
Mhm.
You wear like a robe, right?
Mhm.
Tell me you have it like unbuttoned a little bit this morning so we can all see your scar.
course
Fucking,
not.
you gotta be proud of your
course
scar, dude.
No, he's actually probably very embarrassed about it because he let
Mhm.
something actually touch him.
Right. That's
Something
true.
got through.
God
Yeah.
knows where that sword's been.
Do you want to know where it is right now? He actually, before we go anywhere, I need to go back to the cave because he didn't recast his Galdur's Tower spell, so everything that was inside is laying on the floor.
Oh God.
So his sword is currently laying on the floor in the cave, in the mine. So he has
Unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta go get
Go
it.
back and
to
get
go
his
get
stuff.
it.
The one time it's okay to split the party.
Yeah.
Go. By all means.
And
So he bundles up and he dashes off when he's done eating.
he's like, no, you can't.
He's
Is he
gone.
coming back? We still have this third
he'll be-
course coming.
Oh, he'll be back.
Um,
We can make him a doggy bag.
and it's gonna take you like 3 hours. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Afternoon. We don't have any big plans today. We saved the world.
I've survived for a year on my own here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know how to
Yeah.
get there.
Vero, we're gonna
can
come
probably
back.
cut it to
We're
2
gonna come
hours.
back to you in a moment. But
Okay, I'm gonna step away for a moment then. Go ahead.
okay. So as the morning kind of goes, the breakfast comes. Lots of the other people are kind of in there, like, hey. Carl's like sits down and has the blue book in front of him, and he's like, oh, what was his name again? I need. It was Aviro Starbrynn,
Born.
and
Starborn.
he's writing it in, and
STARB.
and he writes in there, and some flips the page, and it's like, all right, Brynn, Broad River, right? And she writes.
BRYNNZIEL.
He flips the page, Glastoc steel cloak, and starts writing it down, and then jots notes down, and he's like, and the interesting thing that you noticed, this is going to be the freebie, and eventually Aviro will know this too, but you kind of get it. But the book is just really, really nice, and it's just like brand new, relatively nice blue. And when you looked at the book, when you saw the book earlier when he pulled it out, especially when he was like the first time he ever pulled that book out, the first page with Aviro's name was there. The second, some of the other pages were not. May have been burned or torn out.
Some of the other pages, like the pages where we are, or
Yes. That's why he didn't recognize your names
Us.
at the yes, because he's giving descriptions of who they are, and then asks questions like about family information and to identify you. And he remembers he'd scribbled some stuff about Aviro and some of the conversations he had earlier about his father being a jeweler and a mother being this, and he's writing all the information in under Aviro's page, and then would go to Brynn and starts writing and asks you questions about, what are identifying marks, someone that to make sure if there's anything in the past, in the future, if you come, you've got free room and board for always.
Sure.
And stuff like that is kind of coming in, and then, what is your name? The natural ones and things like that is kind of putting in. And he's writing, kind of like I said, writing that information down, and just gets that information in there. And once he writes that in, I need everyone to give me a perception check, please.
I'm not there, correct?
I need you to make a perception check, please. Yes.
14.
14?
14.
23.
Okay.
22.
22. Glastoc and Aviro, you notice your coin purses increased by 151 gold.
Oh.
You were missing 150 gold from the night before.
Right.
Well, Aviro wasn't. Aviro had no money.
That's very true. He didn't have any money at the time.
It was Brynn and Glastoc who were missing 150
But
gold.
you eventually were missing more, but now 150 gold came back to you. You notice, like I said, after he's finishing writing in the book, the gold suddenly is back in your pockets. Aviro, as you are running to get, which Glastoc and Brynn, you don't you don't see this. Leto is running towards, as you just exit and you're getting just before you get out of Saltmarsh, Leto starts running after you. Aviro, Aviro.
How does he know what I look like? Because last time we met, Aviro was altered self to look like somebody else.
That is a good question.
He knows. He sees. He's had people watching you.
Aviro, like he's coming at me, or
he's running towards you. Yeah.
All right. Aviro will just eyes on the ground and keep walking.
Oh, he runs up to you. Sorry, Aviro.
Trying to ignore him.
He kind of runs up to you and he's like, Aviro, I know it's you. It's Leto. It's Leto. It actually kind of, and he's not as smooth as he's wanting to be right now, but he still has that smooth.
Aviro, still eyes on the ground and still not stopping. He's still walking. If this guy wants to follow him, he can, but he says, what?
Rocky. I have Rocky.
This is Aviro walking with a purpose.
So Aviro stops. He says, I have Rocky. Explain.
I know where he is.
Where?
Come, we need to get the others. Come with me.
Why can you not tell me right here?
I need to tell the others. I need to take you to him. Come.
And then Aviro turns around and walks back towards the inn.
I know it's all right.
Yes, I can just see look on Aviro's face. His little pointy hat on. He's just
yeah. Yep.
Back to the inn.
All he can think about is all of his junk lying on the floor.
Exactly.
Yep. And as you are making your way back, you get back to there, and so after several minutes goes by, Brynn and Glastoc, you see Aviro return, and Leto is with him.
And
This
Brynn
gentleman has something he wants to say to us.
He's like,
I see.
And Leto is slightly more excited than normal. He's still charming, but he's got that level of like, he's got
a secret that he's going to tell us.
Yes, he's got pertinent information. And he's like,
shall we go outside, out front, maybe?
Yes, very much so. Come. Yes, please. Brynn, it's good to see you in the morning. Glastoc is, yes, is good of you, but sorry, Aviro. I know that you were trying to be incognito about this, but time is of the essence and present. I've some information that just came to me just momentarily. They saw a black dragon looking like Rocky at the stone. He seems to be there right now.
Like the druid stones?
Yes.
And as at that word there, Glastoc turns to Brynn and says, start running there now. He just goes past Aviro and he goes upstairs to gather Brynn and Glastoc's stuff.
Brynn goes.
Yeah.
And Leto is running with you too. Leto's running with you too. Aviro, what are you doing?
Aviro's running with Brynn and Leto.
Okay.
Wait a minute. No, Aviro waits for Glastoc.
Okay. All right. As you're making your way there, I would say probably there's only about a 5-minute difference between the Aviro and Glastoc and arriving after Brynn.
Okay.
Brynn, as you're running with Leto, and suddenly you're stopped by the militia, and Leto's like, I'm sorry, we need to get, and the militia captain is there, and behind him is Radek, the adventurer, Radek as an adventurer, and someone else, like Glastoc's uncle. and a gnome.
And Brynn would just say, "We don't have time for this. Let us
I
pass."
know and Ludos, we don't have time. It's like, no, it is fine. And basically is telling you that, thank you again for your time. Or I understand that the council will want to see you in an hour. Please come to the council. They need it. And they're definitely holding you up, which is shortening the time as you see Glastoc and eventually as this kind of goes, they're like, all right. And then he wastes, he's congratulating and thanking you, giving you the information, and it's definitely clear that they're like not letting you go. But then once the information is set, then they let you go and you start running again.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Okay.
and Glastoc, perception check.
16.
16. You
Yeah.
notice your uncle and Radek in the
And
distance.
Glastoc.
As you kind of odd your way around to a different, and yeah, you make your way, avoiding that situation. As you're all running, you're getting more and more running. Brynn,
Prestidigitate myself some dirt on my face and stuff,
Yeah,
just to make Aviro kind of ew.
Ugh.
Why would you do that intentionally?
My uncle.
So as you making your way, Brynn and Lido, you get to the stones. Glastoc and so player Jeff and Jim, you don't see this yet.
Okay.
But Brynn sees this as Lido and them run up, and where the stones are, you see the purple sheep standing there by the stones, just kind of waiting. And then when you come up, he just kind of there stands and looks at you.
The big purple sheep or just a regular sized purple sheep?
Originally the big purple sheep, but now it's a little bit bigger than medium size, but
the glowy one.
The glowy one.
I turn immediately to Lido. I'm like, Lido, what?
And then as it starts to form and turns into a humanoid human. And standing in front of a nice human male, and around this time, you can hear Glastoc and Aviro starts running up, and this entity, now looking very human, speaks to you. Thank you, Brynn of the Broad River, for releasing me. And Lido's looking around, going like, "Where's Rocky? Your dragon friend is on his way. I have requested his presence, but I wanted you here first to thank you for what you have done to help me, and as a reward, reunite those lost."
What are you? How do you have the power to do any of this?
Would you care to see my true form? It might be startling. And suddenly it shapes into a large dragon, but instead of the scales look like space and cosmic. And this is what Aviro and Glastoc comes up seeing. Is that there's just this dragon, this large dragon, and its scales have these like starlight, and its eyes are like pure just space.
So Glastoc turns to Aviro and says, "Oh, he got big."
Yeah, Aviro wants to make an Arcana check because he thinks this is Rocky and he wants to know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
So a 19?
This is not Rocky. This is something else.
That's
This is
not Rocky.
This is the deity, that spatial deity. You saw that when the deity turned.
This is the purple sheep.
Yes.
And he
And then
pulls out a pen and a notebook and he starts.
And then he
scribbling
forms
and sketching.
back into this human, and it looks like he's like, this is not my form. I am borrowing this form from someone I know that you will need to trust. I am sorry. And I need everyone to give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh no. Okay, Brynn.
Yes,
as
because
soon as
these
he
have
says,
gone so well for me.
I'm borrowing this form, yada yada yada. Brynn makes a mental note of what this guy looks like.
Yep.
Tries to really commit it to memory.
Mm-hmm.
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
11.
9.
15.
All of you suddenly feel your muscles constrict as all of you have been placed under a spell of just like frozen in place, as if
Aviro casts what do you call it?
Can I try and counterspell that?
Counterspell.
Can I try and counterspell that?
Does Aviro does
Dude,
Hawk,
you're not gonna fucking beat Space Dragon, bro.
Okay.
You're not gonna do
I
it.
want to clarify. Does Glastoc have counterspell?
No,
Okay.
I'm saying
Aviro.
Aviro casts
Aviro, you can try to cast counterspell. It fails because something countered your counterspell.
You can try.
You can try. It fails because your counterspell got countered.
Wow.
It's
Counter
just
spell.
something that he
I know
would
that
do.
you know that I
Yeah,
know
it
that you
would.
know.
It was exactly what he would do. But you suddenly type, and then you get freed, and then it tightens back up again.
Okay.
And you are just in place. And Leto stands and comes and the sadness on his face a little bit, and he's like, I ask for forgiveness, my friends. This is not the way we meant it to be, but it is the way it needs to be. And the entities comes in front and stands.
Sorry, but I got my own problems.
And he's like,
Because he's Leto.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes, Leto.
I
Sorry, but
don't
I got my
trust
own
him either, but he is my friend.
But this is the only way to save the two realms.
Brynn's eyes, they are moving a little bit, and she looks furious. You could fucking fry an egg on her forehead right now.
For you see, you did not become the legends here, and you have created a paradox. We need to correct this. We are sending you to the future, back, but we are sending you to a different realm where you were able to continue and live an adventure. But this will save our lives here and will save Saltmarsh. You never saved Saltmarsh's lizard folk. You never saved the town and the ambassadors. And the paradox is coming. The only way to stop this is to send it. For you have saved, by not doing those actions, you have saved the future of Saltmarsh. The entity has opened my eyes to this, for it is eternal. And the entity is looking back at you both, and all three of you. This is the way that must, otherwise Saltmarsh would be destroyed in the city in the future, and Rocky would be the cause. The only way we can save the city and save this realm is to give you a new life, a new path of adventure. You will have many, many adventures to come. Waiting for you. You will have... Is it a goal? And as he looks over to Leto, and Leto goes, something like that. My counterpart, you will see on the other side. Seek him out at the Wicked Sheep. He will have information for you. It has been a pleasure, my friends, and I hope the best for your time here in this realm will be appreciated. But the next realm, you will pick up where you left off. You will be confused when you arrive. My counterpart will have more information for you there. And at this point, Leto is taking your weapons and items off of you and placing them. He's like, your items and weapons are waiting for you in the new realm. You will take up where you left off, where they left off, and their items will be your items, from my understanding. It's quite confusing, but you will understand when you arrive.
All very timey-wimey.
All timey-wimey. As the entity, again, thank you for saving. And he waves your hand, and all of a sudden, you become stone. As he turns all of you to stone. And as you see Leto bring in the box, you recognize it as the alchemist box, but it is different. It has, instead of something inside, it has different colors, different metals. More inside, it looks like space and time and energy inside. But the shape is similar, but it's definitely different construction. And Leto brings, as the entity levitates you statues to the stone statue and places calmly right there. And he brings the box next to it. And he's looking at you. We'll see you again. Legends of the Natural Ones.
Are we aware? Are we aware of all
You
of
are
this?
aware of all this, yes.
Aviro thinks, oh no, not again.
And they hit the device, a button on the device, and suddenly the timey-wimey electrical stuff light bursts out. And it's a different light that bursts out and vibrates on the stones and vibrates back to you. And you all just get kind of sucked in to this light, into this vortex of energy. It's different than you remember from the stones. You are the different lights. It's more cosmic. The best way to describe it is the quantum realm, Doctor Strange falling through stuff, and you're just going through all these different things that are happening and feelings and stuff like that. And the thing that gets you is that you're not affected by what you're doing, as if the stone of your bodies are protecting you from what's happening. And as this your stomachs and stuff like that kind of comes and goes, and you're all feeling this. Brynn, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Just me?
Yeah.
14.
14. Aviro and Glastoc. Suddenly a Brynn's fades for a second, as if she's not with you for a blink of an eye. And then she reappears as you are laying, like feeling like you're back in there. So you felt her presence, and then her presence wasn't there. And then it's back. Okay. And as you're coming, suddenly, with energy, smoke, and everything else, you feel that you are back in front of the stones. And as you're there, the stone starts to crumble and just kind of like liquefy a little bit and just kind of fall off, including all your clothes and gear.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you appear naked, standing there.
I stand up slowly, my back facing the camera.
Music's playing. Dun dun
Dun.
dun.
Yes.
But what you notice is that there are 3 piles about 10 feet away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Wizard robes, a hat, and a gear. A dwarven axe with armor and other gear and backpack. Leather armor with a rapier. And by the way, there is a sword with the gear with the wizard. There is a short sword there. The rapier.
Not getting away from it, Jeff.
It's yours, whether you like it or not.
You will treasure it always.
Treasure it always. And
On the
as
wall.
you arrive, the realm, you feel like you're back in Saltmarsh, but it feels different. 100% different. There's like, or an 80% different. The trees are is colored a little bit different. You can see
Names are all different.
the names and stuff like that. The realm feeling is different. And as you get, and you're getting your senses, you realize you are in Saltmarsh, or what appeared to be Saltmarsh, or what you know, but it's not the same as that. And the gear that's in front of you is appropriately for each of you. What would you like to do?
Brynn dives, like grabs her shit and like rolls immediately into a nearby bush. Like,
But
they're
on
all
your
in
way,
like one swift motion.
on your way, Aviro passes you. Because in this world, Aviro is faster than everybody.
Fuck off.
Passes
And
you.
like, okay, Brynn
grabbing
just
his
stands
stuff.
there in all her glory and is like, well, shit, and just starts putting her things on. and-
Phew.
Now, as you're getting your
Motherfucker.
stuff organized, some of you watching are like, what the hell just happened? What we just happened is this is the end of season 2, and we're moving to season 3. The Saltmarsh Legends are moving to Pathfinder 2E, and we are moving to Legends of the Natural Ones. Hence, we are going to be
Yay.
playing Pathfinder in the next season, and as we wrap up our season 2 finale. But with that being said, as you're getting your gear and organizing, players, I believe you were sent something in the mail.
Oh my
And I
God,
don't have
yes.
mine
You don't
What?
have your.
What?
That's right.
Oh.
You are out.
because I didn't realize
Well,
that I was going to need it, so I did
Can
not
we
pack
still
it with
open
me.
ours?
You can still open ours, and actually, it's okay, Jim, because it's the exact same information.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But I will make notes. So yes, please open it.
Wait, it's really in there.
Is this what you guys felt like?
Yes. The excitement.
So each of you will find a note, actually a letter that is opened. Each of you will, and there should be a note in there as well in the main.
Yeah, they are open.
They're already opened
Yeah.
because the reason why they're opened is you realize that your counterparts opened them already. And that
Oh.
you found them opened. And you will notice that Aviro is nicely sliced at the
Yeah.
top. Brynn, you carefully opened the seal.
Yes.
And-
yes.
And when Glastoc sees his, it is just ripped open.
Ripped open.
Yes.
So each of your letters signifies how your character would have opened them as well. And the note inside is what they were given.
I have 2 notes.
Yes.
I
So
also have two.
the one of the notes is like a note. The other one is a letter. So the letter, and then there's a note.
Okay.
So
Should
Are
we read it
reading these
aloud?
aloud, or are we?
yeah,
leaving these
no,
secret?
read them out loud. So
I'll do my letter, and then you
Okay.
can you can read the little note,
Okay.
Jeff. Okay, Brynn Broadover. I am writing. Okay, I am writing you seeking your assistance with a problem. This problem needs to be removed, and it appears your group's skills are just the right ones to accomplish it. Yes, this is a high-paying job. They know me well. What if I told you you could make an easy 100,000 in gold?
I wouldn't care.
Meet me at Oak Island by the Standing Stone at 10 p.m. for details. Don't be late, Sebastian.
And the note says, for answers, find Sebastian in Sandpoint. And then it has Rusty Dragon stamped underneath.
Yes. Same,
So we're looking for this Sebastian fellow.
apparently.
And you get the idea that, like, it's in the gear, like, and then it hits you. All of you get this wave of knowledge of like two timelines of people converging into one. Two lives. Two
Aviro falls to his
Glastoc.
knees.
Yeah, two Glastocs.
Lightheaded.
Two Glastoc's lives intersect each other. Most of it's the same, but there are some differences. Aviro, the same thing. Your mind, two Aviro minds of life have just merged. And
That's a
some
lot
of
of
it is
knowledge.
different. Oh yeah. And
Oh,
some of
yeah,
it is
that would be-
different.
Yeah, he gets overwhelmed and he collapses to his
Oh.
knees and he has to.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
a chaise lounge nearby. You fall on it. You wilt.
Same thing for Brynn. It's like two lifetimes. You have Pathfinder and you have D&D merging together, and there are differences. The realms are differences. You suddenly know, like, your abilities are different. You realize the body that you're in is different, but it's the same. Like, your abilities are different. Your gear is the same or different. But everything you feel is as if you've been in this realm
Always
before,
felt it.
but you have the knowledge of what you did before. And there's so much that have been the same, but there are differences. For example, you do realize you thought you all died. Like, you try to go through the stones to get to the future, but you died by electricity at the foot of the stones.
Oh, well, Glastoc knows all about that.
Yeah,
As
right.
if-
Right. Very familiar.
As if your counterparts from this realm tried to do something and failed,
Mhm.
and your other realm body merged with this one to continue forward.
Mhm.
Like, the paradox of them dying caused an issue, and you were brought to continue merging both of you together.
Mhm.
Brynn, okay, I have a question.
Yes.
Feel free to reveal or not reveal. Brynn has a mark on her,
Yes.
a Harper mark.
No longer.
She looks at it.
It is a Pathfinder Society mark. Aviro and Glastoc. I feel like, give me an intelligence roll. It's not gonna be very much, but give me an intelligence roll, please.
How does that work in this thing?
No, we're still gonna stick for right
Int.
now. Just give me an int roll with your proficiency. We're still doing D&D just until we start season.
Oh,
3.
we are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Don't
Okay.
need to
Good
go to
question.
Pathfinder yet. You don't need to go
Okay,
to
I'm
Pathfinder.
ready for both.
Yes. So D20 plus your proficiency plus your intelligence modifier.
Oh,
Well, that's a 19
Well-
on the die.
Okay.
Plus proficiency plus
Yeah. So Glastoc, you rolled. What did you roll?
What's that?
12.
Plus 8.
12. Okay. Both of you notice Brynn is about 10 years older.
like it's noticeable.
Neither of you can say a fucking word.
It looks like she's maybe 5, but she's older than what she was when she left.
That's why I asked. I said, "Is it that noticeable?"
Aviro says out loud,
Yes.
Brynn, you've aged.
Yes.
Brynn, you've
There is
aged.
noticeable that she has aged.
That's odd. Have I aged? He
No.
pulls out a mirror. Aviro has a mirror. He conjures a mirror in his hand and he looks. Have I aged?
No. And Brynn looks slightly different, like more toned muscle, maybe not so toned muscle, not completely, but she looks relatively the same, but there's slight differences.
You've been
And-
working out. When did you do that?
Would I?
Yes.
Okay.
All that
do I
knowledge,
know?
yes, all that knowledge just comes to you right now. And you realize, yes.
I would just say I don't know. It's probably something with the magic or something. I don't know.
And as you get your
Fuck.
gear
I
organized.
made a bad bluff check. Sorry. Deception.
Yeah, she's lying through her teeth. Yeah, she's lying through her teeth. Something's up. And as you get your gears and you realize that looks like Saltmarsh is here and there's probably a wicker sheep that you need to go to, that there's a wicker, of a wicker goat, but this is the wickered sheep. And then suddenly the wicked sheep is actually in here. And then suddenly this isn't Saltmarsh. This is Schmaltmarsh.
Fuck off.
This is Schmaltmarsh in the realm of Galorian of Pathfinder. It is no longer Saltmarsh. It is Schmaltmarsh. And there is the wicked goat, the wicked sheep that has been in this town because we are changing everything.
Forever.
And that you know that is the knowledge that's coming for you. And that's where we're going to pick up season 3 as you enter and figure out what you would like to do.
Awesome.
Oh, by the way, Glastoc's finally getting dressed.
I'm standing there scratching. Oh, that feels much better.
So we're a little bit of a shorter episode, but with everything going on, this is great. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We will be picking up season 3. We're going to take a slight break and then figure out where we're going to go. And then we're going to start up season 3, which we are so excited that we are going to be joining. We're going to be playing Pathfinder 2E. So we are moving from D&D and we are going to Pathfinder 2E. We find that it's just right now, that's the way we want to finish telling the story. And our name's just going to change. So it's going to be the Legends of the Natural Ones. So we are changing some stuff over, but we are excited to be able to do that and share and continue to share the story with you. Again, please, everyone, let's go around. Where can we find you? Who you are? All that good stuff. And we're going to start with you, Brynn, because there's some secrets that I cannot wait for season 3 to start opening up on.
Indeed. I am very excited for that as well. I'm Carrie. You can find me on, I'm on this channel, obviously. I'm also on Mini Terrain Domain. We're getting back into our Scribes and Scrolls campaign. That'll be Monday nights. Once a month on Wednesday nights, we play Mythos Investigators. So that'll be fun. We got a new one coming up with our new GM, Ricky.
Yes.
On Thursday nights, coming up, probably starting in March, no promises, but we are starting a Kids on Bikes campaign.
Woohoo!
And that'll be super fun. And once, probably like every other week, I play on another channel called Dice Tales Live, and we do a lot of stuff over there too. So I'm everywhere. I'm like the wind.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Carrie. Jeff.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm Jeff, and I'm super jealous of all the games Carrie gets to play. You can find me here on this show, and otherwise I am in school and doing homework, so I do nothing else.
It's okay. We
That's
love
my
you
world.
here. We love you here.
Yep.
Thank you. Jim.
Yes.
How you doing?
Good. So yeah, I'm Jim, Hawkmare1 on Twitter. Obviously here playing with this wonderful group of, I would consider them close friends now, because we have so much fun playing. And then I am also here on the Emporium, the Wayward Gamer, on Sundays playing in a Star Wars Shadowport adventure game where I play a murderous Jawa named Clicky.
Yes, he does.
Incredible.
Yes, he does.
Incredible.
Awesome. Thank you all. I'm Jay, also known as Neofet3 on the socials. I am your GM of fun. I'm here. I'm GMing Star Wars on Sundays for Shadowport Adventures Luck of the Draw. The Jim is part of. We also will have, we started on Mondays. We have our Blade Runner game, Dream of the Future, which our wonderful friend Kurt is running for a whole bunch of people. And around in the future, within about a month of this being played, we're going to be starting up a new pirate campaign that I will be jamming called Realm of the Thieves, the Unshackled 10, which I'm very excited to grab a whole bunch of stuff from that. So we're going to have some fun looking into some piratey stuff. Again, we are so thankful for you to be here. Please, if you like what we're doing, please support us. Subscriptions, follow our Twitter, follow here. If you want, support us. Everything goes back to the players and the channel to be able to help us do what we want to do here. We'll be at GaryCon and GameholeCon in the future, but see us at GaryCon coming up in the end of March. Say hi. We've got some stuff coming down with our wonderful sponsors, Talon and Claw, or affiliates of Talon and Claw and Smuggler's Coffee. Check them out throughout the time you've seen them jump in the chat. Again, thank you so much. This has been such a dream. Thank you, friends, for letting me change this story and taking adaptation to be able to jump into another game and moving it over in a cinematic way. And with that being said, we do have the last post-credit scene for season 2.
Love it. I love it.
And as the entity, as Aviro, Glastoc, and Brynn in stone form get sucked away into the stone, the entity and Leto stand at each other, look up at the sky, and look around as everything dissipates, and you hear this Leto saying, "Okay," and then he turns back. Schmaltmarsh. It's called Schmaltmarsh? Really? Wow. They have an
it should be more dramatic, Jay. You know, it's like, oh, they were our only hope, and then the dragon says, no, there is another.
I'm not even getting you. Thanks for way to spoil.
Small Marsh. I love it.
They have an interesting adjustment when they arrive. What do you call that place again? Golarion? Yes. And their Rocky there will need their help. For their Rocky there may have heart, and hopefully they will find him and help him. And that is where we're going to end the season 2 finale. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us.
I love it.
We will be back, and as we say goodbye, remember, be kind, don't be a jerk, and we will see you again. Take care.
Bye.